Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Core Java session. So we have completed OOPS concept and then we started exception handling, and we have seen different exception errors, right? Try, catch combinations, right? Now, in last session, we started with finally block, just a small introduction. Let's start and continue with finally block. What is finally block? Finally block is used for cleanup activity. Okay. Now, it is used for cleanup activity. What is mean by cleanup activity? For example, you are just example, you have some Java code and you have connected your database with Java code. What will happen? You have Java code connected with DB. So first, what is the thing? You have to make the connection, open the connection. Then you have to perform some operations, like CRUD operation. Once your CRUD operation is done, it's our responsibility to close the connection. Okay. So closing the connection is called cleanup activity. Otherwise, our connections will be open, right? That is not good. Okay. So cleaning activity, right? Now. So whatever logic required for cleanup activity, cleanup activity, we need to write in finally block. Not recommended to write in try block. We can write in try block also, but what happened? This is your try block. This is your try block. This is your catch block, and this is your finally block. Right? So, for example, whatever the logic we are writing our logic here, right? We are writing our logic here. We are handling exception here, right? Exception. We can say handling code, exception handling code. And we are writing cleanup code here. Cleanup code inside this. For example, if we write cleanup code here, if we write the cleanup code here, what will happen? See, we are not writing cleanup code here. Just think. Your logic is there. What is the logic? First is creating the connection. Connection is created. We did. CRUD operation you did. And for example, you did not have cleanup code here, right? You did not have cleanup code. Okay, fine. You have cleanup code here also. Cleanup code here, but not in finally block. Created the connection. You trying to CRUD operation, and suddenly what happened? Exception will come. Exception will come. So code will break here, na? Code will break in this line. It will not come to this line. It will break in this line, and then catch block will be executed. So cleanup code is ran or not? No, because it is break here during exception. So this part is not executed. Cleanup code means you are creating the connection, means connection will remain open, na? Connection will remain open. So what is this? Your connection will remain open after your execution also. So that is not good practice. So always we have to write cleanup activity code where in finally block. You have to write here. So even though exception will come, exception will go to catch block. After that, finally block 100% will run. That is what finally blocks came to picture. If try block or catch block running or not, but finally block 100% will run. So that's why we are keeping cleanup activity code inside the finally block. Now we will see programmatically. Now try to observe. Okay. Okay, come here. Guys, now try to observe one more thing. As I can see now, I can show you that there are two import statement, but there is no code for import statement. Maybe I have deleted that. I don't, I don't want this. Okay. I don't want this. What is the shortcut? There are one shortcut to import the statement and remove the unused import statement. These are yellow, right? See, these are yellow. Yellow means these are not used anywhere. You can see there is no code for this, but it was somewhere I used this and remove this logic. So that's why it's still there. How to remove this? How to remove this import statement using Eclipse or STS? The shortcut is Control Shift O. If I will place Control Shift and O, like all unused imports are gone, right? Even to bring the import statement also we can use Control Shift O for useful. This is the benefit, right? Now try to observe. We have some main method, right? We have some main method. Now can I write try catch finally? Try, try, exception, and then finally, this is my finally block, right? Now fine, right? Okay. Can I use system.out.sysout statement to check our what is the use case? System.out.println. Various use case. Okay. What is this statement belongs to? Try block. Can I use the same sysout statement in catch block? Enter here catch block. Can I instead try block? Can I mark it catch block? CATCH catch block. Can I copy paste this same in finally block? Finally block. Can I name this finally block? This is simple, all combination. Finally block. Okay. If they how to format? Select all, Control Shift F. See formatting done, right? Can I run this? Can I run this? There is no exception. This is the case of no exception. What is ran? Simple code. Try block executed. Is catch block executed? No. If there is no exception, try block executed and finally block executed. First use case. Yeah. Hmm. Now try block, finally block executed when there is no exception. Okay. What is the use case? There is no exception, always try block will execute and finally block will execute. Now, now try to observe. I am using parent here. Let me do some intentional arithmetic exception. I am using arithmetic exception. Okay. We can use child also, we can take parent, but recommended to use what kind of exception we are going to use. That particular exception we have to use for handling that. For arithmetic, we are using arithmetic exception. Null pointer is there, then we have to use null pointer exception. Right? Now, try block is there. I can use exception also, no problem. Okay, now. Can I use same this is intentionally I am doing some exceptional now. I want to print something. I want to do intentionally some mathematical error n divided by 0. You know, right? This is exception. Not check. Is this checked exception? No. Compiler don't know. Right? Now tell me which block will run. Now I am running. This case, try block executed, catch block executed, finally block executed. This line is making error, but this is, we are handling the exception, right? See, try block, paste here, try block starts, try block end. Now run this, try block start. This line got printed, but this line try block end did not print it. Means exception occurred here, and after this try block, catch block is executed, and finally block is executed. We see two use case. When there is no exception, still finally block run. Now exception, still finally block executed. This is the second use case. Okay, now tell me guys, I am having mathematical exception. So I am handling this. So catch block is catching this mathematical exception, arithmetic exception. So it is running. Instead of this, what happen if I am using null pointer? If I am using null pointer exception. So what is the purpose of null pointer? To handle null pointer exception, not mathematical exception. But in our code, there is a chance of mathematical exception now, right? We know this. Or maybe we don't know this. But to handle mathematical exception, we are using arithmetic. But now I am handling with null pointer. So this mathematical exception, is this null pointer can hold? No. Let me run this. This is third case. What happened? Try block start. Exception came, but catch block did not able to run. Why? Because this is not duty of null pointer exception. Null pointer exception duty is to handle null pointer only. Arithmetic exception duty is to handle arithmetic exception. So that's why this catch block is not executed. But in this case also finally block executed and also exception printed because of this line. This is the third use case. First use case is what? Without any exception. Finally block executed. Then we handle the exception. Catch block also ran. Then also finally block executed. Now in third scenario, exception is there in try block, but catch block is not executing because this is not corresponding block not matched. We are having arithmetic exception, but corresponding catch block is having null pointer exception, which is not matching. So this block is not executing. What is executing? Final block. It means this is three use case. What happened? What we observe? We observe in all the three use cases, finally block is running always, right? This is what the example for these three. Now, hope you understand. Always finally block is going to run. This is the beauty of this finally block. Now, return versus finally. You know, right? In method, we are having return statement. Right? In methods, we are returning output, then we are returning something, right? So, what this return statement? Okay. What is the difference? So difference is even return statement present in try or catch block, first finally block will be executed. And after that return statement will be executed. Try to observe in the example. This is try block, this is catch block, and this is finally block, right? Now let me make it arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception. Fine, right? Now remove this, delete this, return tk. Now, try to observe. So So we will see this example in more detail. In this example, it is you are not able to observe, right? That which one is running fine, right? Let me take one more example, which is going to run first. I am taking another class. Let me delete these statements. Okay. Now, now try to observe. I am creating one. This is what is our idea behind our program is to test return versus finally, to understand return versus finally. So that I am creating one method. Let this is static main method na. So let me create one static method. Public public static m1 public static m1. This should return something na. Let me it output should be type of int. See, it is expecting some integer return statement, right? I can give like this also, right? Now, let me delete this. Can I use try catch finally? Try catch, try catch. What should be the arithmetic except exception, arithmetic exception. Then we have finally. This is finally block. Okay. This is expecting some return statement now. So here I can use return statement. Let me use system.out.println. I am giving some try block. I am giving some name try block. Okay, save this. Till now we did not use return statement, so that's why the error is there. Print here. What is this? Catch block. Come to here final block. Any return statement is there? No. I need to return something. Return 1, 2, 3. Any number, na? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Let's 1, 2, 1. Right? Then see, it is still asking, right? Save this. It is still asking. Why? Return 1, 2, 4. Now completed, right? Why? Because if this block won't execute, we need to return some output now. See, try to understand thing. This method is expecting some output, guys. This method is expecting some output, and the result should be of what type? It should be of int type. Try to understand, if I am removing this return statement, save this, there is still error. Because compiler is saying, okay, you have mentioned return statement here also, but if won't execute, what will happen? It is not going to give me return, right? So I know finally block is going to give some return. So either if it is working, so give me some output. Same, I am giving some 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Now, now try to observe. I am giving some exception here. Paste here. I am giving some exception, arithmetic exception. 10 by same, 10 by 0. Right now. Can I run this program? Oh, sorry. I did not call this method. So how it will print? No, no, right? I need to call this method. This is just static method. How I can call from method? Here I can call, right? Like this. I can call like this, right? And I need to print this output also. So where it is not going to print this number because this is not sysout statement. So result should be Alt Shift L like this, right? Or you can print in system.out.println, and the result we are trying to print. Whatever the output from M1 will come, that will printed by this sysout statement, where I'm keeping M1 inside sysout statement. So whenever M1 method is called, whatever the output I will execute, that will going to print. Now run as Java application. Try block executed, this line executed, then exception came, then it is handled by catch statement. So catch block is also printed here. After that, what is come? Finally block printed. Then what is written in this method out as a output? 124 because int is of type. Now this method is having holding what output? 124. 124 came here and this line printing 124. Right? So if return statement present in both try, catch and finally block, then finally block statement will be considered. Okay. Now, till now you are good, right? Okay. You can play with this type of exam. You can play with these examples by taking different values. Okay. Now this is return versus finally. We have done this return versus finally. What is you have seen this practically. Now return versus finally. Finally is block is dominating. Now finally versus system dot exist. Zero. Let's come here. ठीक है. Now try to understand. Now try to understand. Save this. Come back to our program. Previous program tests.java. Okay. Now we are in main method. Can I use system dot exit 0? What is this system dot exist? This is to terminate the program. Whenever we are using system dot exit, then JVM automatically stop the program. JVM will shut down. Okay. If somebody asking in interview, what is system dot exit? So whenever we are using system dot exit, JVM itself gets shut down. Okay. In this case, finally block won't execute it. Okay. Now try to also. This is try block, this is catch block. Okay. And this is finally block. Let me run this program. Only try block start. Did finally block executed? Did finally block executed? No. So in this in this scenario, finally block having more priority. Having more priority. Not having priority. More priority is given to finally block. More priority given to whom? Finally. When return versus finally. In this situation, what will happen? More priority is given to whom? More priority given to system.exist. When finally is there and system.exist is there. The more priority is given to whom? Given to system.exist. We have seen this in programmatically. And you know what is system.exist? System.exist is used to stop the code. I want to make the JVM stop. At that place, we can use system.exit. Okay. Now, interview question. Interview question now. What is difference between final, finally, and finalize? Finalize. Even though we don't know finalize, but let's discuss this. Interview question. What you know? Tell me. Think in your mind. What is final keyword? We have seen, right? It is a modifier. It is a modifier. Whatever you have practiced from previous session, then only you were able to answer. It is a modifier. It is a modifier. It is used with whom? Used with classes. We can use classes. We can use for methods. We can use for variable. Now tell me, when we are using with classes, then what is this restriction is there? If we are using final with classes, then child creation is not possible. When final class is there, child class is not able to create. Okay? When we are using it method, when we are using it method, tell me, think in this way, guys, not to by heart the thing. Child creation is not possible, means what? If there is no parent-child relation, means inheritance is not there. Similarly, if you are using method, overriding is not possible. To overriding, what is required? Inheritance required. If method is final, means what? Then overriding is not possible. You should have two method, parent-child. If any method in parent is method is final, so that method won't come inside the child now. You are not able to do overriding. What about variable? If there is a one way value int x equal to 10, you can change int x equal to 100 also. What happens? If final int x equal to 10 is there, you are not able to change the value. Final dictionary meaning is final means final. You cannot modify. Okay? So this is the first point, right? And this is the second point. Class is final, then class is final, no child creation possible. No child creation possible. Method is final, then no overriding is possible. No overriding is possible. Variable is final, then no reassignment is possible. This is the final. What about finally now? Finally, what is finally? Finally, it is an block. It is an block. Always used with try and catch for cleanup code. ठीक है? ठीक है? What is finalize? What is finalize? Finalize is a method. Finalize is an method. ठीक है? Invoked or trigger by garbage collector. Invoke or trigger by garbage collector. ठीक है? Before destroying an object, before destroying an object, to perform cleanup activity. ठीक है? So these are the three difference you have to explain in the interview when somebody is asking. Okay. This is the three answer you have to give. Final, finally, and finalize. It is a method, right? To invoke, which is invoked by garbage collector. See, we have constructor concept in Java. We don't have destruction. So destruction is something for object destroyer, na? But we don't have. So we have garbage collector here, right? So garbage collector is what to perform destroying of the object. Finally is in method which is invoked by garbage collector to perform the cleanup activity. Okay. Now, no, no. Combination, combination of try, catch, lock. What are the possible combination is we can have? Like you can practice at your own. See, this is catch. This is the valid case. Are we writing final block? But no, right? So this is the possible case. Okay? Now, this is the first use case. No. We can write multiple catch block also, right? Copy this. Arithmetic exception. So this is also possible, but the order is first catch block should have child, then higher priority. So parent is there. This is also possible use case. Are we using finally? No. Without finally also, that is possible use case. Okay? No. If same exception you are trying to handle, is this possible? Copy this, paste here. For example, already we have arithmetic exception handle in different catch blocks. So is this possible? No. Already we are handling na y double. So that is not possible. Okay. No. Copy this. Come here. Let's validate. Delete this. Save this. Paste here. No error, right? Valid. Copy this. Paste here. Sorry, it should be exception. Arithmetic exception. No problem, right? No problem. Copy this. Come back here. Let me recorrect this. It should be arithmetic. Copy this. Hmm. Copy this. Arithmetic exception. Similarly, arithmetic exception. ठीक है? This case is not possible, right? Let me copy this and paste here. What is this error? See, unreachable catch block. It is already handled by catch block for the arithmetic exception. Already there, so it is not a valid case. This is not a valid case. No. Invalid. This is valid. This is valid. This is invalid. Save this. Now, next combination. No. Can I use try? This is the valid case, right? Try. This is valid case, right? Exception. You know, this we are using multiple times. This is valid case. Try catch finally. That is valid case. Copy here, paste here. Sorry. ठीक है. Try catch finally. This is valid case. ठीक है. No. This is valid case now. Next is can we use only try and finally? Let me copy this. Paste here. Can we use without catch block? Yes, that is possible. Let's try. Remove this catch block. Delete this. Yes, try finally is possible, right? Can we write only try block? Not possible. ठीक है, not possible. Alone try is not possible. ठीक है. Can I delete try and finally? Can I see alone catch block is not possible? ठीक है. No. Control Z. Can I remove try catch both? Only finally? Not possible, right? No. So means we cannot use single try. We cannot use. This is valid case. This is valid case. The next is, can we use try alone? Not possible. Can we use catch block? Not possible. Can we use finally block? Not possible. Alone we cannot use. Invalid. We can say invalid. Invalid. We can say invalid. Why this example, guys? Because you have to think in that way. Otherwise, try catch block you can use, but you should know the combination also, whether it is valid or not. You can see that this is very easy to see. But at the time of interview, they will ask you in this way. You should be able to answer, right? So these are not possible case. No. Let me use try. Let me use try, catch, some exception, right? Exception, we are handling E. This is fine. Then we can use some more catch block. Copy this, paste here. Hello, I'm audible. I'm audible. Okay, thank you. I'm using arithmetic exception and some exception. Now, come here, copy this, paste here. Okay, this is valid case. Okay, now this is try block. This is one catch block. Okay, now let me add some system dot out dot println. I'm just keeping okay. Now there is error, right? Because always there should be continuity between try and catch block. right? So it is not, so we have to write one more try block here. Then exception will go. If I am using like this in between two catch block, I am writing our code, then that is not a valid case. This is not a valid case. ठीक है? No. If I am using one sysout statement, so this case will become copy, copy, paste here. So this case is invalid. Invalid case. Okay, now. So these are the varied use case, guys. We should know. Okay. Now come here. Now this is try block is there. Catch block is there. Okay. Let me copy this again. Right. That is fine. We know this. There is an error. Okay. In, can I delete this? Perfectly fine, right? Can I use finally here? Finally. This is finally block. Still error, right? Still error. What is asking? What is the error? Syntax error on token finally. Always we have to use try and finally in combination. Let me delete this line. Try catch finally is combination. Let me comment this line. There is an error. There should be combination with try catch or try finally. Now let me uncomment this. Let me comment this. So try catch is a combination. Okay. Let me do uncomment. Let me do this finally. Finally block is also expecting some try block. That's why the error is there. Okay. Now, so this is the use case, right? Now, so we can use try also, right? Try. Then it will be valid use case, right? So this is not a invalid case. Then next is try catch. Then finally, okay. So for making it valid, what we have to do? We have to use, come here. This is 11th use case. To make it valid. What I should use? Always use try with catch or try with finally. Okay. Now, come here. Let me remove this. This is a valid combination, right? Try catch finally. Now, come here. Copy this. Paste here. Save this. We can use multiple try catch finally. Means there are, see, not two lines. There may be 1,000 line of code. You are handling some code with this try and catch finally. Other piece of code try catch with finally, right? So these are the various use case, guys. Various use case, guys. Okay. No. 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 So these are very use case. Now our next topic will is just practice this. Then our next topic will be throws. ठीक है? Throws. Okay. Then yeah, next topic will be throw and throws. Then we will see JVM exceptions. JVM exception. Okay. Then we will see try with resource. Entry questions. Huh? What is try with resource? Then normally use JVM exception. They will ask you Have you faced any exception? So we will see JVM exception, commonly occurred JVM exception. So with this, we are going to close our exception handling tomorrow. Okay. So this is agenda for tomorrow. Throw versus throw, JVM exceptions, try with resources. Okay. Try with resources or customization of exception. Very important. Customization of exception. Our own exception. How we can create our own exception. This will be the agenda for tomorrow. And then we are closing what? Exception handling. After that, we have two options, multi-threading or Java lang package, Java long package. So I am thinking we should go with Java lang package because this is giving some more detail about what are the objects. This is also interview related chapter. What are the objects related methods is available? What is the functionality, right? We have to play with string. So all we are going to see. So after our tomorrow session, one exception handling will be done. We will go with Java lang package and then we will go for multi-threading. Okay, guys, I'm stopping my screen share. I'm stopping the recording.